Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for X-Men Blue, issue 1. And before I start talking about this issue, just want to give you guys a couple updates. Of course, I have Comic Uno episode 188, and that show will review all the comics I've read this week in one show. The exclusive comics are in the description below, and the episode will be annotated on Friday. But let's start talking about X-Men Blue, issue 1. Probably a lot of people's most anticipated book from this week. So let's get started. Really cool cover. We have Jean Grey in the forefront. This is not the same artist who does the interior artwork though, but I do like it. I think it's the artist who did like Ultimate X in those books. Kind of looks similar to that. So I like the artwork for the cover. Moving on to the interior artwork, which overall I liked. I liked the tone of it, but there were times where I feel like facial expressions could have been better. Like Jean, especially in her side profile, looked, her proportions of her face looked a little off. And here, hopefully I can find an example. Like over here, I felt like the proportions were off. Also coloring, like most of the time, like here, coloring was really good. But when it was darker and had those brown backgrounds, I felt like it clashed with the power set of the X-Men. It didn't work for me. Also, I felt like a lot of the action sequences were really close up, so you couldn't enjoy it as much. Kind of felt cluttered to me. So those are some of the nitpicks of the artwork, but I do like the overall tone that the artist gives with their pencils. But let's move on to the story. So with this issue, we kind of jump into a battle with villains that we haven't really seen in a while for the X-Men. So we have Black Tom Cassidy, and then, of course, with Black Tom Cassidy, we have the Juggernaut who joins the fight a little after that. So it's mostly a fighting issue because we get to see Juggernaut and Black Tom Cassidy fight the X-Men. Then after they fight the X-Men in an interesting setting, which is a cruise boat, I thought that was kind of cool to watch, we learn that the team is actually following the orders of Magneto. So Magneto is kind of the Charles Xavier for this team, which I find interesting because this is the first class X-Men, so they're very much Charles Xavier's X-Men. So I'm intrigued to see how Magneto is going to lead this team in a way, or at least be an instructor, because, Jean Grey is the actual leader of the team. So I like that cliffhanger. I think it'll be interesting to see where that goes. And I won't say different because it's not like we haven't seen this before. Magneto's been a leader of the X-Men in the past, but I find it interesting that it's this X-Men team that he's going to be leading, which is, again, the original Charles Xavier team. I find that really interesting. Also, another positive of this issue was Juggernaut. I really liked the scene with Juggernaut where he wants to attack Cyclops because it shows that's how long it's been since we've seen Juggernaut. I felt like he had more of a motive. But there are times where I think where the book goes down is the team, honestly. The team aspect of it, which is the most important part. And I think it's because I compared to X-Men Gold, where the team dynamic was so good, because Kitty was a really great leader and had a connection with everybody. And not that Jean Grey doesn't have a connection with these characters, but it's just kind of bland, their interaction. And it makes the fighting scenes bland, because they're just... It's Jean just saying, alright guys, go do this. And it's not Jean actually showcasing her leadership. And I think that was the weakness of this book, is it doesn't really showcase the team that much. And of course it's because we've seen this team together a lot in past issues, but this should be new reader friendly for people either jumping on X-Men for the first time, or just people who haven't really read the recent X-Men because they didn't like the direction. So this should be a new starting off point, so you should kind of reintroduce their dynamic. Not reintroduce the characters, because they're popular characters, but just the dynamic of the team to kind of make it likable and know what their rapport is with each other. So I think that was the big negative, is that they jump into the fight so soon that you don't really know where the team's at. You're not really interested in seeing what the team's doing because of that, at least in my opinion. So overall, X-Men Blue issue 1 gets 3 stars. It has a lot of promise, this issue, but I mean the biggest part is the team, the team aspect, and that didn't really get me excited in this issue. So X-Men Blue, 3 stars. Let me know in the comments below what you thought. This is Comic Uno. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there are links for my comic book, Like Father, Like Daughter, and don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like like father, like daughter. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.